Imagine this. It's 1932. America is in the Great Depression. Jobs are gone, families are starving, and hope feels like a luxury. In Macon County, Alabama, hundreds of poor black sharecroppers, hardworking men who picked cotton under the burning sun, get a letter that changes everything. The letter says, free medical care, free hot meals, free transportation. Come join the government health program. We're giving special treatment for bad blood. They had no idea what bad blood really meant, and they definitely didn't know the government was lying. Meet Herman Shaw. He was 21, newly married, dreaming of a better life for his family. Like many others, he had syphilis, a common disease back then, especially in poor areas with no doctors. Penicillin didn't exist yet as a cure, but doctors knew mercury ointments and other treatments could help slow it down. Herman went to the clinic. Nurses smiled. Doctors shook his hand. They drew blood, gave him free exams, even a little money for food. You're in good hands, they said. This is the best care in the country. But it was all a lie. The U.S. Public Health Service wasn't treating anyone. This was the Tuskegee study of untreated syphilis in the Negro male, a secret experiment to watch what happens when syphilis is left completely untreated. They wanted to see how the disease destroys the body over years: blindness, insanity, heart failure, death. And they chose black men because racist science at the time claimed syphilis affected black people differently, like they were study subjects instead of human beings. The doctors never told the men they had syphilis. They called it bad blood, a vague term that could mean anything. When penicillin became the miracle cure in the 1940s, widely available by 1950s, the government still didn't give it. They actively blocked treatment. If a man went to another doctor or Army draft board and got diagnosed, the Tuskegee team would write letters saying, "Please do not treat this man. He's part of our special study." Years turned into decades. Herman Shaw watched friends go blind. Some went mad, screaming in pain as the disease ate their brains. Wives got infected, babies were born with congenital syphilis, deformed, suffering from day one. Over 100 men died directly from syphilis or related complications. At least 40 wives and 19 children were infected. And all the while, the doctors published papers. They won promotions. They presented at medical conferences. "Look at our valuable data," they said. No one asked hard questions. Herman kept going back every few months. He trusted the white coats. He even wore his best shirt on examination days. The nurses called him by name, asked about his crops, his kids. It felt like care, but it was cruelty dressed as science. In 1972, 40 years later, a young whistleblower named Peter Buxton, who worked for the Public Health Service, couldn't take the guilt anymore. He leaked the story to the Associated Press. Front-page headlines exploded. U.S. government lets 400 black men die in secret syphilis study. America was shocked. Protests erupted. Congress held hearings. The study finally stopped. President Bill Clinton, in 1997, officially apologized on behalf of the nation. What the United States government did was shameful. The American people are sorry. Herman Shaw lived long enough to hear that apology. He was 94. He stood tall at the White House, tears in his eyes, and said, "They took advantage of us. But now the truth is out." More than 600 men were enrolled, 399 with syphilis, others as controls. Many never knew why they suffered. The last survivor died in 2004. This wasn't some rogue doctor. It was the US government from 1932 to 1972 running one of the longest, most unethical medical experiments in history, and in most American schools. It's barely a footnote, if mentioned at all. Textbooks skip it because it's too painful, too embarrassing. But Herman's story and the stories of Charlie Pollard, Freddie Lee Tyson, and so many others reminds us when power decides some lives are worth less, horror hides behind science and free care. The real crime wasn't just the disease. It was the betrayal of trust, the lie that lasted for decades, the silence that killed it. So next time someone says America has always stood for justice, remember Herman. He believed the promise, and it cost him everything.